It is 2025, which that means this year will be Mario's 40th anniversary, and we all know that every 5 years Nintendo does something for Mario's anniversary. So, I am joined today by FireYoshi Gaming.
Hey, how are you?
I'm going to be bringing up some different topics for possible news we could get in a potential direct if they do what they did for the 35th anniversary.
Yeah, I think this will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, first thing I wanted to bring up was if there is a possibility we see any new games.
I'm thinking if we get any game reveals, it'll be games that'll be released in like 2026. Maybe they could have one more game this year. But other than that, I think it'll be mostly like reveals.
That makes sense. They've never announced like any brand new games in an anniversary direct before. A lot of people have been speculating that a new 3D Mario would be teased during this direct.
Definitely see that happening. I do think 3D Mario will show up in some form, whether that be like a teaser or a proper reveal. But it'll definitely be like a next year game. I see it being shown this year, or at least being teased.
That makes sense. They did show Bowser's Fury in the 35th anniversary direct, so it would make sense for them to do like another 3D Mario, even though this one would probably be a full game rather than just a side mode.
Right, that's what I'm thinking as well.
On that topic, I wanted to see if there were any possible remasters that we could possibly get.
I think there could be two possible outcomes for this. I could see both Galaxy 2 or 3D Land. Both of those make sense to bring over, especially since there has been a good amount of 3DS ports brought over to the Switch 1. Well, Wii ports as well. Like, off the top of my head, I can think of, like, Skyward Sword, Mario Galaxy, things like that. And then for the 3DS, there are things like Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon, and Miitopia. I also considered like Super Mario 64 DS, like that would make for like a 3D All-Stars 2, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I think 64 DS is gonna be left out entirely until it's added to like NSO or something.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people have been talking about the potential Galaxy 2 remaster that we could get, and it would make sense considering how much backlash Nintendo got for excluding it from 3D All-Stars back in 2020.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Galaxy 2 makes a lot of sense, and I think it would work even better on the Switch 2 than it would, like, the Switch 1. Like, 3D Land is something I could see being a Switch 1 game being enhanced on the Switch 2, but Galaxy 2 would make, like, proper use of the Switch 2. Like, it would have better controls, I think.
Yeah, I would personally love to see 3D Land be brought back, but I would understand if they didn't, because it was never really a very popular game, but neither was Luigi's Mansion 2, so I wouldn't say that it's entirely out of the question. But other than 3D games, do you think any other games could potentially get remastered?
I don't think so, honestly. Like, maybe the one thing I've always thought of is like a new Super Mario Bros. Collection, and that's not something I think will ever happen, but it would be nice. Thinking back on the older games as well, maybe like a remake of something like Mario Bros. 3 or Mario World would be kind of cool, but I also don't really see either of those happening.
The 2D games never really got anything, like, huge. I would think New Super Mario Bros. Wii could have a chance, because New Super Mario Bros. U had a deluxe port on the Switch 1, and the same thing happened with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, and then later Donkey Kong Country Returns. So, if they wanted to do another thing like that where they worked backwards, they could do, like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, if that was something like on the menu.
Yeah, that is something that I would be really happy with. Like, New Super Mario Bros. Wii has always been one of my favorite the 2D games. That's just also something I never really thought they would go back to, but I would be more than happy if they did.
I would as well. And something else I put up here that you brought up was if we would see anything new for Nintendo Switch Online.
For Nintendo Switch Online, I think we're definitely gonna get Mario Sunshine on the GameCube around that time. I don't know if they're gonna go beyond that, like maybe they could add some Game Boy or Game Boy Advance games. There is a lot missing on the Game Boy Advance, like Mario Party, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf. But I don't think we're gonna see any new consoles or handhelds anytime soon. But yeah, in terms of GameCube games, I think Sunshine is very likely to be added around that time, like in September.
That makes sense. I mean, I wouldn't expect a lot of games from the Mario franchise to be added to these consoles just because we already have a majority of them, other than like ones that would be coming to the GameCube. But other than the old consoles, I was thinking something else they could do for NSO was bring back Super Mario Bros. 35.
Yeah, I can see this as well. It has been a while since F-Zero 99. I think that was nearly 2 years ago at this point, so I think we could see Mario Bros. 35 returning, probably rebranded as Mario Bros. 40. As much as I would like it to stick around after that, I'm gonna play it safe and say that it'll probably be taken down again, but I'd like to be proven wrong there.
No, that's what I was going to say, is if they did bring it back, they would probably call it Super Mario Bros. 40. But then, what if they just brought back a completely different game and made that one a new 99 style game? Like, for example, Super Mario World.
I would be down for that as well. Like, I think it would be a lot more unique. Like, I liked Mario Bros. 35 and I thought it was a fun time, but experimenting with different game styles would benefit the game as well. Like, maybe you could have different options, like Mario Bros., Mario Bros. Free, Mario World, maybe even Mario Bros. 2 USA.
That would be really cool. I didn't have NSO when that whole Mario Bros. 35 stuff was happening, so I kind of missed out on it, so I can't say from experience how well it was, but I would love to see it return.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I didn't get to play it a ton. I think I spent around maybe 5 hours on it, but it was a good time. It was really active, especially around that time it shut down. But yeah, I think it would be nice to see that style of game return.
So another thing I had brought up here is if any games would be getting DLC.
So what I'm thinking is Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the most likely option for me because, like, all of these Switch 1 games got patches or free updates for the Switch 2, and some even got, like, paid upgrades. And Super Mario Bros. Wonder did not get either, so I think it could get something. I think it will get something. I think it's really weird that they went back to New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and gave that a free update instead of Mario Wonder.
If anything, I feel like Mario Bros. Wonder would probably get a Nintendo Switch 2 edition to it instead of it being DLC.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I could see some new levels, maybe some new characters, but definitely like new levels. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. And it'll be 2 years by October. I think they could do something around that time.
I mean, the only game that could also get DLC would be Mario Kart World. But do you think it would be too early to say?
Could be. But at the same time, I think the Mario Kart 8 DLC for the Wii U, I think that was revealed about 3 months after, not even 3 months, like about 2 months after the game came out. Of course, that's comparing like a Wii U game to a Switch 2 game, so I think they'll probably take more time on this one, but I don't think it's out of the question to have some kind of update by the end of the year.
We did see like Smash Ultimate get DLC for before the game even got announced, or I mean released. But again, that's Smash Brothers and this is Mario Kart, both really big games. It's just a matter of if they prioritize DLC at this time.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see DLC at some point, whether that's like by the end of this year or later on. I could also see free updates adding, like, some costumes. Like, I don't think those will be paid. But yeah, new tracks, new characters will definitely happen at some point. Just a matter of if it's this year or not, which right now I'm leaning towards it won't be.
So the last thing that I had here was going to be talking about the sequel to the Mario Bros. Movie that's coming out next year.
Yeah, the sequel to the Mario movie, I think we will definitely get a trailer by the end of the year. And I think they could aim for it being around that time of the anniversary because I think we already have a release date for the movie, at least one that was planned a while back. I think it was like April of next year, very early on in April. So I think now would be a good time to start showing off the movie, like maybe give it a teaser, a first trailer, something like that. I think that's around the time the first movie got its first trailer as well.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if they're going to show something for the movie, is it going to be a full-on trailer? Is it just going to be like a cast reveal, like for maybe some new characters? Or is it going to be just like a short teaser if they're going to do something? Or like maybe they'll say when the trailer is going to get dropped?
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is we'll probably get some sort of cast reveal for any new returning characters. Yeah, I think new characters will be the priority as well as whoever's returning, which I don't know who they'd really leave out. And as for like a trailer or a teaser, I could see that happening as well, but it also depends on if they want to do it like in September or if they want to do it like later on in the year. But I do think we'll see something this year. It could be just a teaser, but I do think we'll get our first trailer relatively soon, at least before the end of the year.
I agree, but other than that, I was wondering if you had any other ideas for what Nintendo could be doing for the anniversary.
So, most of it was covered here. Two other ideas that kind of circle back to new games. I think we aren't going to get any big new games this year, but I could see like a reveal for Mario Maker 3 coming out next year. That would also be kind of weird though, like having it with a 3D Mario. I don't know. I think that they're both different enough where maybe they could get away with showing both.
There's never really been a gap between Mario Maker games, so we can't say when they'll reveal the next one. It could be like a 2027 release or even later. That might be a bit long, but you know, I feel like they're definitely going to make it big if they are going to do that. So I don't know if we see it being released next year at the same time as a new 3D Mario game, or if one's going to get put off before the other. They could do both of them in the same year.
I think it might be too soon if it does happen. Yeah, it has been a while since Mario Maker 2, but at the same time, I think they could hold off on it a little bit longer. It has been a longer wait for the new 3D Mario, so I think that will come first.
I think if there is a new 3D Mario, it's definitely coming out next year, and we probably will either see it later this year or revealed earlier next year. But I don't think it would come out until late 2026, just because they love to advertise those kinds of things, have an entire year dedicated to just marketing.
That makes sense. It would make for a good holiday game. I guess that kind of puts into question if they would reveal it this early, but they could definitely tease it at the very least.
It's never been uncommon for them to do something like that, other than with other titles in the Mario franchise. They've never done something like that before, but that's what they did for Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Metroid Prime 4, just years in advance. So I don't think it's totally unlikely.
I'll agree with that. Besides, I don't think a year is too far out compared to those games. But yeah, I think next year will be the year it releases.
I agree. That's about it for most of the predictions. So.
I think we covered a majority of what's likely or what could happen. But yeah, this was a great time. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you for agreeing to do this.
Yeah, no problem.
I guess we will see whenever Nintendo drops something for Mario's 40th anniversary then.
Yeah, we can hope.
Could be tomorrow.
Could be. Yeah, I guess that is something we didn't really discuss, but I guess to throw it in last minute, I think if they do anything, it'll probably be in September.
That makes sense. I mean, the last one did happen in September, so...
Yeah.
Thank you for joining me, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys whenever that direct happens. So, see you then, guys.